Hey, it's Todd with Defense and Safety. I was kind of going over my knives today, and I started thinking about when you look at kind of a large folder, um, which one would you choose if you could only pick one, maybe two knives that where you were in a combat situation? You may have fixed blades and other knives, but if you had to take another knife, a folding knife, with you in a combat situation, which knife would you choose? So the first thing I did is I got out and looked at all the knives that I think would qualify, or I would be happy if I picked it up and had that as my only combat knife. So as you can see here, I have 8 knives that made the cut. Over here on the left, I have the Spyderco Military. Had a free ticket to get into this consideration. Under it, the Paramilitary 2, the Spyderco Manix. This is the Emerson CQC 15, the Benchmade Griptilian, the Benchmade 710, Zero Tolerance 551, and Zero Tolerance 350. All these are great blades, and the more I looked at them and the more I kind of compared them to each other, I was able to work through it and narrow it down to the 2 knives that I would be most comfortable with out there. And I guess the first one that I would take out of the running, personally, would be the Manix 2. I like this knife. I don't like to carry it in my pocket, but I do like it. But this hollow grind and this thinner tip like this, I think just that, and I know they make a full flat ground, but this is what I have. I think that would take it out of the running for me. It is a great knife. It's also got the shortest edge of all the knives out here. And again, the hollow grind is not what I would want in a combat situation. I'd be happy if I found it and that was the only knife I had, but I'm not picking it. The next knife I took out of the running was the Zero Tolerance 350, and the main reason I took it out was because of the speed safe opening. I figure if it fails, I don't know that I would want that. So I'd be nervous about that. I think the blade design, handle size, everything, it's a good size folder. When you lay it down and compare it to other knives like a Para 2, they are very, 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 very similar in blade length, cutting edge, and design. This is also a little heavier, which I wouldn't worry about too much, but again, I took it out mainly because I thought the speed safe was just another point of failure. Another knife I took out of the running was my Zero Tolerance 350. I took it out reluctantly, and the main reason is the titanium slab. Lockup is amazing on this blade. It is an amazing knife. It's got a great ergonomics, but this is slippery, and I think in a combat situation I would want as grippy a knife as possible. There's some jimping here. I love, love, love this knife, but I took it out of the running because of the titanium slab. So we're down to Benchmade 710, Benchmade Griptilian, the Emerson CQC 15, the Para 2, and the Military from Spyderco. The next knife I took out of the running was I think I took out the Para 2. The main reason is if I'm going to pick 1 or 2 of these, I want to go with the most blade. And this is the shortest blade of this batch. If you compare it even to the Benchmade, if you put them cutting edge to cutting edge, you can see the Benchmade's just got a 1/4 inch maybe edge on it. So I took it out of the running because of that, but I do love that knife. The next knife I took out of the running was the Benchmade 710. It's got a little bit of gentleman folder in it, and I didn't think compared to the remaining knives that this had as much combat potential. It's a great blade, D2, really long. Just a little, like I said, I'd like a little more blade going this way. So I took it out of the running. So that left me with CQC 15, the Benchmade Griptilian, which I was surprised it made it this far, and the Spyderco Military. So I'm sure it's no surprise that I'm taking this out. I think this is 154 cm, this is 154 cm. I think these two knives represent a much, much better choice. You're getting the biggest blade. The nice thing about the CQC 15 is you get the best of both worlds. You get a recurve and a tanto, so you get a very thick blade all the way to the tip, which is probably hard to see. You've got the tanto, which is great for piercing, and you've got a good recurve here, and you only have to sharpen it on one side. It's definitely grippy. It's got kind of these little pommels or something on each side. It's just an amazing blade, and I'm sure most people realize that Emerson knives are probably some of the most combat proven knives out there, and I think a close second would be the Spyderco Military. This is an amazing knife. I'll be so stoked, hopefully, when they come out with a Military too. I'm hoping that's going to be a 2012 knife, but it's just a great knife. They do make it for left-handed, which is great for me. I love it. You get an amazing blade. I mean, if you look at the blades here, cutting edge to cutting edge, it's almost identical. Just the shape is a little different. You get the I would see this more in combat if I had both as kind of more of my utility, or I mean more my food prep, light duty knife. Not that I wouldn't use it for heavy duty. I just try to preserve it more. And this would be more of my heavy duty beater. I only have to worry about sharpening it on one side. It's got a very nice thick blade stock with the chisel grind and the tanto with a slight recurve. So these would be my two knives that I would take or want to have on me in a combat situation. So I'd be curious to know what you think. And so what I'm going to do is, since I'm nearing some number of subscribers, I'll annotate it. I'm excited to do my first contest. And this will be a contest. All you have to do is show me the one or two knives that you would want with you in combat, and if you want to do it like me where you kind of narrow it down to two, or you just want to come out with the one or two that you would want on you, that'll be awesome. And I'm going to give away at least one prize, maybe two, but the one that I will give away will be this Kershaw, and it is an OD1, which is a great blade, and hopefully people will be excited about being able to win it. So this will be my first contest. I may throw in something else, but this is the OD1 if you haven't seen it from Kershaw. It's got a nice little flipper. It's a frame lock. It's a great little EDC secondary utility blade. I like it a lot, and they're sharp. So that'll be the gift. I will give everybody until the 18th of December if you want to enter the contest. Just do a video response and show me your favorite combat folder. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.